Okay, so welcome back to how I lost 20 pounds in 10 weeks, and I'm over 50. So let's talk about getting started. So the first 2 days, you should go ahead and clean out your refrigerator, pantry, and also eat pretty much whatever you want. Unless you eat healthy, then just add a little extra fat for the first 2 days to your diet. So when I say get rid of things, I mean get rid of things like white sugar, because hopefully after this you're never going to want to eat it again. I don't have any at my house. Also, maybe get rid of some condiments with bad ingredients that you really don't ever want to use again, and you can replace with better ones like the coconut aminos or the just the regular fish sauce, or kimchi and other probiotics that don't have sugar added to them. I mean, every once in a while you can make an exception. Like I have this goji junk sauce that I'm gonna keep, and it has some coconut sugar in here, but at least it's a better quality sugar. So, and then also, since we're not gonna be cooking with oils, maybe just put your oils and your salad dressings somewhere you can't see them or think about them. And then you can take them out again later in 6 weeks when we add them back in. You can also get rid of the iodized salt. You're not going to need that ever again. Just get pink Himalayan salt or sea salt or Celtic salt. I never use the Celtic salt, but I hear it's good. So we also don't ever, even when we add oil back into our diet, we're not going to want to use any vegetable oils. So we're not going to use any canola oil, soybean oil, grapeseed oil, or palm oil. We're going to use, so save your olive oil, your avocado oil, your algae oil, and maybe coconut oil. That one's controversial, so you decide for yourself. And, put the alcohol away. I don't have any out. So, okay. Now, another important thing to do is you're gonna want to have some containers to prep food, put it in your refrigerator or freezer so that it's ready to go. I like these sorts because they freeze well, or they stay cold in the refrigerator. When you bring it with you, it's still a little cold, or same thing, it stays frozen. So that's what's nice about the glass, and you could stick it in the oven or the microwave. I prefer not to use the microwave, but if you need to, you can use the microwave. I think I'm gonna get rid of these glasses because I can't see myself. Well, it's more the lighting. Anyway, okay, so that's why I prefer these. But I also, in a pinch, will use a ball jar with just the regular covers, and you don't have to vacuum seal it or whatever, but it just works. And if you have them on hand, and they're not expensive. So that's good. And then also, the other great way to store things is if you have a food saver. This is a great way. I mean, you can really fit a lot of these in there. I don't have one, but a neighbor made this for me. So that's really handy because you can carry a lot around. Oh, maybe I had my glasses on so I could read this. And the other thing we're going to talk about, someone asked me why. Why are we doing this? Well, like I said, I'm not a doctor, but this is kind of like my made up thing, and it's really combining paleo, which is my original passion, and Whole30, low carb, anti-inflammatory, intermittent fasting, hormone balancing, elimination diet, diabetic diet, and Blue Zone diet. It's sort of a combination of all of those things. So pretty much most of these diets have these things in common. And there's even more diets to do, but why not take all these that seem to be working for people and making them healthier and make it into one. So that's why it's a little bit on the restrictive side. And if I was really crazy, I really want to do seasonal eating, but this is hard enough. So let's just start here for now. Okay, so another important thing that I'm just going to remind everyone of is cookware. Don't use nonstick or aluminum cookware. They have chemicals that could leach into you and apparently disrupt what we're trying to do, is get healthy and thin. So my favorite cookware is this All-Clad. It is expensive, but it is so worth it. I can literally almost make everything in this pot if I had to. I also have the big frying pan, which I love. With those two, like, you really could do almost everything, but it was funny, I raved so much about it, my mom wanted to get one, but I thought, well, you know, at $300, let her try mine first before she invests. So she has my frying pan. But we can get by with this pot, and this is the size of the cast iron pan. But you know, it's funny, I didn't realize how much I would miss the cover that comes with my All-Clad. I used to have a cover for this. I don't know what I did with it. But anyway, so you can use this cast iron as well. And any stainless steel pan. Of course, if you had copper, you could use that, but those are very pricey. And you can also use the, like the Le Creuset or the enamel coated cast iron. Those are also great as well. So let's, it seems like it's day one, but I already ate. I've been eating extra fat for a week, so I'm ready to go. So let's make something. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a little bit of bone broth in a pan. This is one of my favorite things to make. It's like a stir fry. I actually like to normally have some real colorful vegetables in there because that makes it, say, look more appealing, but like red peppers, definitely, and those are a free food, you know, so, but I don't have any right now, but I do have cabbage. We're not gonna count that, that's like nothing. We've got red onions, you know, that's nothing, that's scallions, I'm not counting those. Here's some ginger, and here is tofu, and it's really more like 3.5 ounces because for some reason it comes in a 14-ounce block, so I just cut it in fourths, and we'll just add like a piece of turkey, you know, as a snack, like along with this meal. Oh, and then I weighed this broccoli and a couple of carrots for some sort of color. And then we're gonna season it with this fish sauce, these coconut aminos, and I think I'll throw in, sometimes I do hot sauce, but I think I'll throw in this kimchi for a little bit of flavor too. So that's what we're doing. That's heating up, so I'm gonna put in, I'm gonna put in the onions first. Oh, I like to put mushrooms in here too. Oh yeah, okay, let me find them. You know what's funny? Okay. I need to go shopping. So let's do the onions and the cabbage because they always take a little bit longer. The cabbage will also make a little more liquid. So you could also add garlic, obviously. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I don't like garlic, so I don't add it to anything, but obviously add it to anything if you do. Salt, pepper, cover. Okay, mushrooms, where were they? I know I saw them. Wait, know what? I don't have any fresh mushrooms, but I have been dying to try these freeze-dried ones. So just try to make sure they're not from China. These are not. Because who knows what they put in theirs. Someone said you could just add them to anything. Oh, there's directions. Something one should read before they make a cooking video, probably. Oh, they're in Korean, forget it. Okay, we'll just throw them in. But first we're gonna get the onions and the cabbage cooking a little bit. I'll just add a handful at some point. I'm gonna add a little of this coconut aminos and a little of this fish sauce because I like the flavor. I break my bigger pan out when I'm gonna make more than one serving. But I'm just gonna make one serving today because this is one of my quicker meals. I guess I should maybe throw in some of this kimchi. I will say that this wild brine kimchi is spicy. As opposed to this Firefly one, this is a little less spicy. In case you're wondering. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a lime at some point because everything's better with lime, really. Oh, and cilantro. Everything is also better with cilantro. My cilantro is at the end of its little life. Time to go back to the grocery store. Get some more colorful vegetables and some fresh cilantro. Oh, this is cooking nicely. It all depends on how well done you like things. Oh, I should really add this ginger though. I think everything's better with ginger. Especially if it's an Asian style dish. And I guess it all just really depends on how crispy you like your vegetables. Might as well put in the tofu because, you know, that doesn't taste like anything. This is just because it's quick and easy, but this also tastes really good with pork or chicken. Pork's really my favorite. But the good news is this doesn't take long. I wonder if I should put these in because they have to be reconstituted. I guess so. I have no idea what I'm doing with these. I'll just grab a bunch. That's gonna be an experiment. I guess I'm gonna have to Google how to use these correctly. And, okay, so basically, well, you can't really see yet, but there's like a ridiculous amount of food, but they're all almost no calorie vegetables, so it's great. Could really get filled up. Mix in these mushrooms a little bit more. Yeah. I don't know what to say. During the reconstitution of these mushrooms. Oh, I guess I'll add this to a thing. I don't know if I said this before, but if you're desperately hungry, well, first of all, what I really prefer to do is have tea. And this healthy fasting tea, I don't know if it's because it's in my mind, but I feel like it does help me, like, oh, I'm not hungry. But they also say that, you know, hunger and thirst are very similar, so it might make sense. Just a glass of water would do, but maybe in my mind, because it says healthy fasting on here, it helps, but it does. So, or there might be something to it because there's ginger in there. And then also there's ginger in this tea. I love this tea too. And there's no caffeine in either of these, so you can have them any time of day. This one's the Good Earth tea. I think they're delicious. Okay, now if you're desperately hungry, but do it really close to your meal, because one of the most important things is not eating in between meals. You just get your 2 meals. There's something to that helps you burn calories. There's studies. You can look it up if you want. But anyhow, so close to your meal, say your second meal, if you're still so hungry, then have a rice cake or half of a rice cake. And like I say about everything, you think these don't taste good? When you're really hungry, they taste good. And these have a little bit of salt on them, lightly salted. They're definitely better than the unsalted. I'll say that. Okay, so maybe the mushrooms will be constituted now that we. I'm gonna try one. All right. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna add the broccoli and the carrots. A little tray that I like to weigh things in. And I guess I'll add, I kind of went a little crazy on the scallions, but I'll add them. I'll add a little lime. Uh-huh. That's good. Let me just say, I made this for my friend the other day, and she wasn't even on a diet, and she thought it was delicious and wanted to know how to make it. So it is pretty tasty. You're gonna like it. Oh. Oh. How do I turn this off? Okay, so yeah, here. That was, this is also one of the quicker things to make. Ooh, this candle's hot. And look how much food this is. I mean, if you're hungry, this will fill you up. So we're gonna eat this, and then we're gonna sprinkle some, oh here, see it? Look at it, this is all one serving, because all of these are the free foods, except for a little carrot and a little broccoli that we had away. And then there's broth in here, and like I said, we're gonna just put a little cilantro in here, and we're gonna call it good. So yeah, well, I'll put it in the bowl, but you don't probably have to watch all that. This, a lot of times this doesn't fit all in the bowl, so I will just go back for seconds, which makes it be like, oh my God, I get to eat so much food. So anyway, yeah, so let's do this. So this is day 3, and we're gonna do this for 39 more days? I don't know. Okay, it's hard to count. But anyway, a bunch. So 6 weeks. And we'll be back tomorrow, I hope.